Does this happen in your organization as well? Where your manager says, get me all the information you can, and then we will think of a use for it later. If so, you definitely need a data strategy. It's not about collecting all the data that's available around, but asking the right business questions and then figuring out what data can answer those questions. There are five strategic use case areas. First being fact based decision making. Earlier, all businesses used to take decisions based on intuition. I have been doing this business for 2 generations. I know my data, but now, since the competitors are being powered by real time data and insights, one cannot be left behind on this. Second point, understanding customers and markets. Here, we aim to know who are our most profitable customers and how loyal are they, and how are the market trends for our products. Third one is once you know your customers, you can offer them smarter services and products. Smarter services include customization and personalization. For example, Netflix offers you the right movie recommendations based on your viewing history. Similarly, in terms of products, you have a smartphone earlier, then you have a self driving car now. In fact, there is even a brush making company that can determine if you have brushed all the areas of your teeth correctly or not. So that's about smart products. The fourth is improving processes. Here, it's about automation and discovering inefficiencies in processes using data. The fifth and final being data monetization. Though this looks like a little bit of a taboo, there are huge corporations, including Visa, MasterCard, that do sell your data. Even Facebook sells it for advertising. Now, what is the importance of key business questions? In fact, Eric Schmidt, Google CEO earlier, had said Google is run not on answers but by asking the right questions. So, when you have a strategic business area identified, you need to determine a couple of questions to start with and create a business case around it. As this guy is showing, what's the ROI of finding out what you don't know? And definitely, you need to determine the ROI before you start the project in this case. So, how do you determine the key business questions? There are some standard points that you need to consider for this. First is you should try to ask open-ended questions like something like a what, why, how, or describe the best ways to improve, for example, the market share, rather than a closed-ended question like just what is the market share. Open-ended questions will help you have discussions within your enterprise and have a collaboration. Similarly, the business case, when it is created, involves a lot of stakeholders and makes sure everybody is swimming in the same direction as people are engaged. Then, as this guy is saying, I don't know as an answer. So, you need to help everyone in the organization have the right level of data literacy. You could have something like a data cafe wherein people from the product team etc get a chance to sit with the data scientists over something like a coffee and refine their business questions. Good questions always outrank easy answers. Key business questions, another point about them is they should be futuristic or at least from the present and not just on the past, because then you have a chance to influence the outcomes. For example, what can I do to have my sales at X level by next month rather than what had just happened in the past? They should be short and clear. So, you remember in various interviews, someone in the audience asks 3 questions, and always the person on stage doesn't remember the first question. So, you need to just have shorter questions and they should all be married to the strategic outcomes because that is what's most important. So, for example, if you wanted to improve your market share for product X, you may ask, what are the key trends? Who are my competitors? Will there be demand for the product in 5 years? What is the best price? Is the selling trend for my products growing or shrinking? What are the marketing channels, etc.? Now, these are too many questions. So, what you may simply ask as an open ended question is, what are the key factors that make customers buy from us versus our competitors? And you need to engage all the people in various departments. Remember how whenever some vision is created, like a 2025 strategy, etc., then the leadership always has a lot of presentations across the organizations to gain feedback as well as align their strategy so that it is suitable for everybody. Another point is about self-service versus ad hoc. Self-service ad hoc versus dashboards. Which one should you prefer? Now, self-service BI is something which is most suitable for people with direct responsibility of taking actions. Like I analyze something and then I may just go ahead and take some action rather than I just create some report and nobody acts on it. So that's like a wasted analysis. Whereas dashboards are something that is given to top management, typically C-level people or heads of various departments, because they may not have the time to do ad hoc analysis. Plus, you may want to control the story that's playing in the enterprise by controlling the narrative and having some structure around the data madness. So, dashboards and ad hoc analysis both are complementary to each other and are essential for a successful data strategy. And why are dashboards necessary? Because data doesn't always speak for itself. It has to be served. Otherwise, people may be drowning in data but thirsting for insights.